What's happening, Tam? We all right?
Good, mate. I'm so exhausted after that, though.
Ken, look, I've got the Alan Brazil filter on again. I've got the bright red-faced Alan Brazil. I don't know what's happened. I know I'm ginger-skinned, but to get sunburn in January is insane. How have I ended up with sunburn?
There wasn't even any sun, so like,
I've actually genuinely got sunburn. I've no idea what I've done.
I feel it's just like anxiety and like anxiousness. It's just coming out in red face. That's it.
I know. I'm going to have to take up Bevian again or something because it's absolutely insane. I've not got it in me. Like I've just not got it in me.
No, just another 16 games or 15 games to go now. So yeah, good luck.
Aye. Well, we'll obviously talk about today. Hearts 2, Celtic 2. Discuss whether it's point gain, 2 points dropped. Pretty mental game, to be honest with you. So get your thoughts and feelings in. Tam, remember and read some of the comments out, please. That would be handy.
Yeah.
We'll go over
we
the
can
talking
kick it
points.
off with Kevin Ferrer already here. My knees are fucking goosed after that. I agree.
Yeah. I know, I genuinely, but I'll see if we're coming closer. Well, there you go. I'm less Alan Brazil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Less Alan Brazil. But, aye. It was a bit of a mad game. We'll talk about all things the game today, transfer news, if there is any since the last time we podcast. Well, I suppose someone played today that we've signed since then. Potential incomings, outcomings, and just a whole load of nonsense. We'll preview also our next game, which is away at Tannadice, 8 o'clock Saturday, when we face Dundee United. Who was their game postponed yesterday?
It was, yeah.
Or was that a waterlogged pitch or something?
Honestly, don't know. I just seen it when I was looking at the scores, but we shall find out.
To be honest with you, it would be take a wee postponed game again. To be honest with you,
because if it's not exactly going to get better weather till this time, 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So it was a waterlogged pitch, yeah.
Well, that means they've got 2 weeks to prepare for the game, which is less than ideal for us given the effort put in today. So, we'll talk about the time what's been happening.
Not much, mate. To be honest, this week has genuinely revolved around Sunday. It's all I've thought about for Monday to this morning when I was pacing the house before I had to leave. I was going to turn up at the game at like 11 o'clock because I just wanted to get out of the house.
Aye, the old cup tie nerves are kicking in every game they like.
Yeah, that's it.
I must have done about 30 pre-game jobbies. It's not any good. Like, honestly, it's me and Imodium are going to be best mates between now and May. Like, Imodium sales right across Gorgie are going to go through the roof.
We're all shouting ourselves, so it's this podcast is brought to you by Imodium for Hearts fans that like to shit it as much as we do. Yeah.
I don't know what we're shouting ourselves about, being honest. It's uncomfortable. I watched the Celtic game on Thursday night, and opening 20 minutes I thought they were very, very good, and then utter shite for the rest of the game. And then I watched the Rangers game immediately after, who were utter shite as well. And then I watched Celtic today, and they're utter shite.
Yeah.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And it makes me... I'm leaning towards that we've dropped 2 points today.
Yeah, Rob says it makes a point great there as well. It shows how far we come that they're time wasting after 40 seconds. So,
and also I think it shows you how far we've come, that I think we're genuinely disappointed that we've not won. The manager said that after the game. I'm genuinely, after the opening 20 minutes, but other than that, genuinely a bit gutted that we've not beat them because they're stinking.
Yeah,
they're absolutely stinking.
We built into the game and it rocked them. You texted us after the 10 minutes saying, well, we look spooked here, but to be honest with you, it changed around and they look spooked for the rest of the 60 minutes after that, really.
Aye, and we'll talk about why I think that happened and how it happened. But when we go through, obviously, Mark Leonard signed Friday. What was your initial thoughts today?
Today, to be honest, kind of goes with what I just said about the game. I felt he looked a bit spooked to begin with. Felt he was a bit lacking in passing and getting into the tempo of the game, but the game was 100 miles an hour. It was a tough game to get into, and I thought he built as the game went on. He really built on that, and I thought actually, to be honest, he finished the game pretty strong. And his dead balls, can't knock him for that. Really good for the corners.
Aye, I thought that was fair. I thought that he looked like a player that hasn't played competitive football for a bit. Opening 10-15, he was quite sluggish. He gave away the free kick for the goal, gave away a couple of passes as well that put us in trouble. He just took a bit to get into the game. And again, I was screaming for Hearts to change shape, just like I was at Falkirk. When you're playing with two, you're going to play flat 4-4-2. You're always going to be outnumbered in the middle of the park, the way that teams play now. Celtic play 4-2-3-1. In the middle of that park, they constantly had the free. They had Niger and Engels and McGregor. So, Magnuson and Leonard are running about, trying their best to close down the space, trying to press, trying to shut down angles, but they're always got a man spare. Same with Falkirk with Brad Spencer and the likes on Saturday. And I felt like we took a bit of time to settle, but once we settled, I thought Leonard was really, really good. He constantly wanted on the ball. He's a bit less in your face aggressive than sort of Benny and Devlin, but more give me the ball, and he was spraying the ball about, was happily sitting in the middle of the park dictating play, which I really, really liked. And as the game went on and as it went longer, he looked like, I thought he was a standout in the middle of the park. I thought he looked really good. So it was
really excited to see him next week with Benny in the middle and see the dynamic of that, to be honest.
Yeah, but to be fair, I thought Magnuson had a good game.
Yeah, not necessarily say drop him, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I thought Magnuson had a good game as well when you grew into it. Puts himself about, wins headers, breaks up play. I know that Celtic are an absolute mess, but you have to go win your battles. You have to go make them look a mess. And we've seen in that opening 20 minutes what Celtic can do when they get a foothold in the game. And I think that we did really well to get back into that sort of win that battle in the middle of the field. And I think Magnuson and Leonard played a huge part in that. So it's decent. Leonard's here till the end of the season on a loan.
Yeah, I don't even think there's an option to buy or anything like that, but it's just a sensible transfer market signing again. As when you look at his data, it looks like a sort of mix between Benny and Devlin, and we need that at the moment to get us through. And we were both having a bit of a pant wetting during the week about who we'd have in centre mid, but he looks a great option. And to be honest, happy that maybe the other transfer target we'd got wasn't coming in, because he looks a lot higher level than the other boys playing it as well, that Mendy.
Yeah, so we've got Rogers Matto is now confirmed and signed, as in he's coming in on January. It's just a matter of paperwork. I think he was at the game today, but
McKenna said after the game that it was wish he would have basically, he can't get him into the UK yet, essentially.
All right, okay.
I think he was there, yeah, but he's expecting him as soon as.
Well, yeah, good. One noticeable exemption from this squad, Islam Chesnikov today.
Aye, it's interesting to hear what was said about him. I don't know if you've seen his post-match on Heart Standard, but there was clearly a Kazakh reporter came over for the game and he wasn't even in the squad, so that's class. But he asked him a question why he wasn't in the squad, and he said he basically isn't up to the speed and not fit enough yet.
Yeah, I think that the club are pretty disappointed. I know we laughed and joked about David Vanacek. Hearts should just banish the number 99 shirt. It's doomed. It's doomed for Hearts. But yeah, it looks like we won't see Chesnikov for quite a while, if ever again. To be honest with you, I don't think we're happy with the the condition in which he's showed up in. I'm not sure we're happy with his output either, in terms of how he's conducted himself. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because obviously he's a guy that we've been kind of desperate to get in. We need it, that right hand side of the park. But you could tell. I know I've spoke to loads of people that were like, you can't write him off Corbett after one half or one and a bit halves against Falkirk, but you can always tell from behaviours like Leonard today. He looked shaky opening 10-15, but he still had a touch, he still run about, he still put himself about, he still tried to get on the ball. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Cheslikoff. I really do hope he can get himself fit, because he does look like the type of player that we need, but we're probably not going to see him for the foreseeable. Like,
you talk about the right hand side, and I'll bring in this comment from Derek Stewart. Jota needs to start, and McInnes needs to stop playing Milne on the right. Again, though, I thought Jota was pretty decent when he came on.
Yeah, I thought Jota was very good when he came on. I don't disagree. I don't think Harry Milne did anything wrong at right wing either, and I think that's what gives us a headache, is that he doesn't look out of place playing
anywhere really. Whenever he comes on, he's Harry Milne.
My argument would be that right now it's sticking out like a sore thumb is McCart at left back, as opposed to Milne being at left back. So I absolutely get it. We just have absolutely no attacking threat on that side when McCart's there, because he's a centre half, and we talked about this the last podcast about our worry about lining up with 4 centre halves along the back. I was actually terrified it was going to be 5 centre halves along the back. So I suppose there was positives there. What else are the transfer news? So we had a bid for Mendy that we've said no to, but potential one to revisit in the summer, I think, is what Hearts are saying, now that we've got Leonard.
I believe that's the case. Savage had some comments about it coming out during the week, as in Robbie Savage, not the Capricorn or whatever.
No, I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces.
So he had comments, but I think it is dead in the water, and maybe pick up again in the future. He'll be raging as well, though. If you're like,
to be fair though, you've got some cheek. You've got scented candles in the background. I can see them. You try to slag Savage for being a Pisces when you've got lavender whatever they are, candles in the background.
Wait till you see my crystals that have been charged and all that.
Yeah, you got your crystals, mate. You've been charging them. That's what's been happening.
That's it, man. And what is it again? There will be a striker coming in next, hopefully, as well, apparently. But we'll wait and see. There's not really any names out there. There is a rumour that it's Bassey, but I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, neither do.
Who's that?
Third tier in France. So
fantastic.
No one will know who he is.
Oh yeah, Bassey, yeah.
Aye.
He looks like he looks like a Jamestown pick. Like, he looks like a Jamestown.
Exactly.
But I thought it'd be interesting to see what happens now. We obviously, without Shankland and Devlin, hopefully Shankland one doesn't seem as serious as Devlin's one. Obviously, I think Shankland had the Robbo night on Thursday night in the Gorgie suite and was basically saying that he's already sort of back, gym work, rehabby type stuff. So hopefully we see him sooner. I think we'll see him much sooner than we'll see Devlin.
I don't know if you see his celebrations at the second goal as well. He looked all right because he was jumping a bit like mad. So
I haven't watched any of the highlights or anything yet because I haven't had the opportunity to. It's funny though, because remember, he hates us. Remember, he hates Hearts, doesn't want to be here. He was probably celebrating the 2 Rangers goals in injury time, wasn't he? That was around about the same time that we scored. So maybe it's just pure coincidence that we scored just as Rangers were scoring. So we'll maybe wait and see. I'll look at Kickback later to just make sure they can let me know what the celebration was from our fat Hun. Let's see what they say.
Nah, it was quite nice to see Devlin and him celebrating at the side. Funnily enough, on the Cheslikoff point, he was just sat behind them, just sat down the whole time. So there you go.
Because mate to come over from Kazakhstan to ask him some questions. He's not even in the squad. Cool. Right. So striker. I don't think we need. I think the squad is at a stage now where when are we going to let people go? How big is our squad, man? It's absolutely insane. I knew that we talked about trying to get away from the Orium or build our own training complex. I didn't think it was just to fit numbers. Just literally to get numbers in, man.
It's mad, and I think it says a lot for Kibangu today. Put it that way. You're bringing on James Wilson with 5 to go, and he's still sat on the bench. Who James Wilson you've barely seen all season.
Well,
I think he'll be the next one to go. Forrest was he in the squad? Don't think so. Don't know if he's got a knock or whatnot. But bodies need to be leaving.
It was funny because we'll talk about it in the game or whatever, but I found it really funny that I thought, I don't know what everybody else's thought, but I actually thought Kabore had a really, really good game. He won every single header. All right, he never created very many chances or whatever, but he creates Braga's chances, Kizzy's chance. He wins a free kick that leads to the equaliser. He won countless fouls. He did loads of the stuff that we've been singing Shankland's praises for. Did all the dirty side of the game brilliantly. And he absolutely tormented Scales and Trusty. You know, I think the fact that Trusty's brought him down tells you everything that you need to know as to, you know, he's done it because he knows that he's away. He's been done by Kabore. I thought he had a very good game. A really, really good game. The pressure that was on him. I thought Braga and Kizzy had good games as well. We'll come on to them about if they could score. They wouldn't be at Hearts, but I wanted to talk about, I think, the ones that stood out as I thought Leonard really grew into the game. Really, really good game. Carjota was very handy with the game.
That pass for the sending off was brilliant.
Yep. I really liked Carjota, but I thought Kabore deserved some. I know folk will moan because he's no scored and he's a striker, and that's what you're supposed to do as a striker, but everything else, you could see that he's learned a lot off Shankland. You know, the way he played, the way he was trying to hold the ball up, the way he was winning headers and doing the physical side of the game, he did it really, really well. If you mirror that with the guy that Celtic have got up front, I know he's had a header that's, I don't know what Craig Gordon's doing for that header, the one that hits the bar, because it's a mess. But he was anonymous throughout the game. This couldn't make the ball stick, couldn't get him up to speed with the game.
How can he got one header against him as well?
Yeah, and we got done once, but to be honest with you, it was more Steinwinder that get done rather than us, and he's obviously a yard on Halkett, and I don't know what Gordon's doing for that, but we'll come on to that because we'll talk about that in a wee second. But I thought Kabore played well, so another striker coming in would be fine. Elton, like we said, Elton had the time and a place. I think that's a moment in time for Hearts. With Elton, you know, I don't think he's it's just not the standard for Hearts. It's never done us any harm, or he's never been like, he's not that offensive. He tries hard, he's just not good enough. That's just all it is, really. Right. Well, I suppose the big news pre-game for me was that Gordon was in goals.
Aye, where did that come from? I think, to be honest, I looked at the team and I think the first look, I just assumed that it was Swallow, and then I looked again and I was like, wait, that's his Craig Gordon. What's that about? I know there was pre-match comments from McKenna saying he wanted some experience in there, but it was just Craig Gordon, as we've always said, we love him, like brilliant, and he's as a shot stopper, everything like that. But the ball at his feet, man, it just puts me on edge every time. And that was you seen that in the first goal. It all comes for his kick, and you're just like, I don't get it. I don't know why they've changed it.
Yeah, and he's not had a bad game today.
No, not at all.
But
no.
I'm not convinced that the free kick, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's not top bags. It goes in boob height. It's well struck. You'd be questioning over the wall. The wall could probably do better, but I don't know. It's not a horrible mistake or whatever, but this is the big problem that you always have with Craig Gordon is I've seen him do unbelievable things that if any other goalkeepers in there and that goes in, you're probably talking about how good the free kick is. But because it is Craig Gordon, you're just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if he should be doing better. I don't know if that's really harsh or not. What's your thoughts on it?
I don't know. There's two things that come into it for me. One, I feel the wall needs to jump. The two in the middle are just static, and you're like, why? If you just jumped, it wouldn't have even been on target. Secondly, though, I think positioning. For me, I think you've seen him save that free kick multiple times, and I don't know. Not to take anything away from the boy that took the free kick. It was a really good goal, to be fair, but I just think his position's a bit off for me.
In the game, I've not watched it back. Like I said, felt like I have a really soft free kick. I've not seen the highlights or whatever if anybody's watched it back, but in the ground, it felt like I thought it was soft again. But it comes to like it's a poor pass kick out from Gordon. Leonard, I think he loses the ball as well, and then brings the guy maybe down. But I think the guy just runs across him. Being honest with you, from what I remember in the ground, so aye, and then it's hard to say with the second goal. He's just indecisive. Like I'm in N, so I see right across from it. He comes, he stops, and then I just think that like Swallow diving he does that or something. Do you know what I mean? Like he'd cut the cross it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He would not let that cross come across the goal. And it's a difference in goalkeeping is that like even the Liam Scales header in the opening like 2 or 3 minutes for the first corner that Celtic has, Craig Gordon backs himself to stay on his line and make the save. Do you know what I mean? Whereas other keepers will come and catch the ball, he backs himself to be like, even if you get a header, I'm going to save it. And he's a bit like that with that situation when balls are cut across the goal. He'll stay on his line because he fancies himself to save it. Whereas Swallow would have cut the ball out. Like, do you know what I mean? He would have, like I said, diving headered it or did something crazy just to get the ball away. Wouldn't he let the ball come across like that?
To be fair, I wouldn't just put the blame on Gordon for that second. I think a lot of people are to blame because Halkett needs to make a decision probably quicker, and no one else is really near it. To be fair, but you're right.
To be fair, if you want to talk about how we concede the goal because Steinwender gets done. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple from that. There's nothing Halkett can do either. To be honest with you, the boy's rapid, quick. It's you're expecting your right back. If you're going to go, everybody that stood next to me in the football will have heard me shout this 9,000 times. If you're going to go, you have to win it. That's it. You don't have any choice. You don't have any options. It's win the ball or take the guy out. That you've got to win the ball. You can't run that far. And Steinwender broke position, tried to step forward and get done. And a bit like the goal at Falkirk when the guys gets to the byline. Teams hate playing against that. And anybody that watched Celtic warm up before the game, that situation is what they practiced all game, all warm up. Get to the byline, cut it back. So what's happening, Ado?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are we?
We're all good, mate. We're all good.
Good. I saw him a bit late. It took a wee bit longer to get back down the road. Weather was a bit dicey. I couldn't just sit at a constant warp factor 5 all the way down like I would normally. But why? Here now.
Well, we've just talked about transfers. We were just talking about the game now. We said about we were just questioning about Gordon starting. It was a bit of a shock. And about the things that, like the free kick's a good free kick, but because Craig Gordon's a superhero, you do kind of feel he could have potentially done better for the free kick.
See for the angle of that, and I caught the. I was dialed on silently in the background rather than come in and steamroll everything. So I'd heard your chat on Gordon, but so if we were me and Kev or Kev's brother today, who was sat next to me, you can see that right from the position of the free kick taker. We're perfectly in line with it, and as soon as it left his foot, it's going in. Gordon's not making it. All he needs is a half step to his left, but then the question marks over the wall as well. Like
Aye.
2 outside guys jump, 2 centre guys don't. Like it's daft. It comes from a shit Gordon kick out. Ultimately, it is annoying. But then I don't know if you was listening to the wireless. Fucking hell, man! I'm 90 years old. Listen to the radio. Sorry, Derek McInnes explained why Gordon started today. He'd basically said on the radio, and if you've covered this already, tell me to shut up. But
Shut up.
the
No,
have you?
Yeah, but I'm like a
You're a wee white. You're a wee white
You-
boy. You like.
you're listening to the
Well, you are
wireless and
30
getting off
miles
tab,
away.
you should just log off.
I basically he said he'd seen quite a bit of the training for the keepers this week, and he said both looked brilliant, both played brilliant, and because Craig Gordon's played in this fixture 100 times, and that's the direct quote, he thought he was better to start it. That was what he said to Brian McLaughlin on the BBC. So
what I would say is if you put in head to head for this season, that's swallow 2-0 up then. Really. Bye.
Aye, sorry. Carry on.
Aye, well, it's splitting hairs. I don't think Craig Gordon had a fairly decent game. Other than that, it's just like we said, that when you have fucking the greatest Hearts player ever, and probably the greatest goalkeeper Scotland have ever produced, when you see things like that, a shot that he's got eyes on all the way, you just expect him to be able to do probably better than what he did, and he probably feel that he probably could have done better with it as well. But that was was there anything else starting 11 that was a bit of a shock to you? I think that was the only thing that really jumped out for me. Everything else was much for muchness as to how I expected or thought Hearts would line up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with the
situation.
Situation. We thought that might be the case. It's not a bad team on paper, put it that way.
McEntee was probably the only one, but I know that they'd said that, I think what softened the McEntee stuff was that obviously everybody was raving about how good Leonard was in training. So I think that settled some of the nerves to ask, because I think the plan was to ask McEntee to take an injection to play. And we'd spoke about that last week, being like, yeah, I get it for this game, but then we also have Dundee United and St Mirren coming up. You bring them in for one game and lose them for 3 others. So it was decent that we managed to keep him and bring him on. In a game when he came on, he made a massive difference again. Just that physicality that Celtic don't seem to be able to handle. Again, was very pleasing to see. I loved, like we talked about Ando before, I loved fucking Milne smashing Engels into the advertising boards and then everybody just square going each other. I enjoyed it. That's what I go to the football for. That's what I like.
Exactly.
I've seen a video back of Finlay. It must have just been just in front of you as well, and he's knocked about the ground and went like over him as well.
I enjoy all of it.
There's half a dozen wee niggles like that, and that's the bit I miss about, like, put it this way, you imagine that happened in the English Premier League, right? Football's lost
headlines
all that.
a bit.
Oh, aye, exactly. Like VAR would have the teams would be doing. I know you can't do it, but they'd be doing to 6 players each. Like, it's after all the needle that was in the game, and football's lost that everywhere else. I'm glad to see that it's alive and well in Scottish football.
Yeah.
You know what's so good about it as well? The atmosphere just feeds off it as well. Like,
exactly.
There's
It's
nothing
like Corky rules. That's it. It's just that it lights the crowd up. It's brilliant. I love it.
And I like that we used to have a team full of players that would pick people up and ask if they were all right and smile at them. We've got horrible bastards snarling at them that want to fight them. Like, I like that even Leonard was squaring up to folk and trying to fight folk. Like, and that's again, that for me, that goes to the manager and understanding what we feed off. As stupid as that sounds, but like in these games, there were tackles in the opening 10 minutes that we were celebrating like goals. You know what I mean? And that feeds the crowd. It gets the energy going again. Hit somebody, bang into someone, and get the crowd on your feet, but also send them a message to be like, we didn't care about you. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no fear factor here. There's no fear factor. You're on our patch, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that about Hearts today. So I
To bring
starting
it back to
11
the
was
starting 11, sorry. The good thing to see in the squad, though, as you in the squad, it was good to see.
I'm at a stage now where it's great to see anybody as long as they just got to contribute. That's all that matters now. You have to have contribution for them. We can't have passengers and like I said there with the Chesnikov stuff earlier, he's come on, been a bit of a passenger, and he's out squad. Like it's heartless and it's cutthroat as that sounds. It's what's needed. We don't have time for sentiment. We don't have time for what carry and dead weight. We need people to come on, make an impact, or don't play. Because even things like Spittles came in the last couple of games and been impactful. Thought it was impactful again today. He's unlucky
Really
right at the very end. Very unlucky right at the end.
I think, see, for Azu, like I think it's definitely important because we spent a fortune on him, well, by our standards, and like the Jamestown thing is only going to work if we can get him in, get him contributing, and turn him over for more money. Like just now, he's played what at Livingston, I think. Was that the game he went off in?
He came on the Celtic game, didn't he?
He's played about 60 minutes in total, I think.
Aye, exactly, and that's not enough. But to your point, Corbett, you're absolutely right. Like the whole Chesney thing, I don't know if you've covered it already or if you're even able to. But as you, to Tam's point, brilliant to see him back on the team sheet. But he needs to get in, he needs to get minutes, and he needs to be impactful.
Aye. So first half, I keep saying this. We've talked about this before. Somebody's going to get battled off Hearts at some point because we can't miss. We create so many chances and miss so many chances that somebody at some point is going to get battered. Like both the Braga and Kizzy chances in the first half are scandalous. Like they've got to do better. The Braga one kind of gets a wee bit away with it because it's not as clear cut as it looks, but it's still powder puff. When you look at how well he struck the ball, the Dundee goal, cutting across the goalkeeper, all that sort of stuff. I'm actually looking at the direction of where he's travelling. He's hanging with the boys, tried to reverse it. Does he put his laces through it into the corner that he's facing? I'm not sure Schmeichel's going to get down there. But the Kizaridis one is, you can't miss them. You can't miss them. You can't miss them, I'm afraid.
You barely got any knees left, Corbett, and I'd put money on you scoring that.
I know. You hit it anywhere. He had so many options as to what he could have and what should have done. Like he could have taken it around the keeper if he wanted to. He could have dinked him. He could have absolutely banged it, smash it, arsehole under it. The one thing you can't do is just hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And it's exactly what he's done. Yeah, and I know the keeper takes the credit as a good save. And it's everything else about it is brilliant. It's the same as the St Mirren one. Anticipation, Braga and him just being a nuisance, no letting them settle, Kabore being a nuisance, and Trusty not paying attention to the fact that he was there, or whoever it is, whoever the right back is that got on loan for Bournemouth.
He was a
but he's got to score.
He was a wee rat. That
right, rubbish. He was shite. But you've got to score. You got to score those chances.
Was there another one for Kizzy towards the end as well, where and it looked like him, but I couldn't really tell because it's right the way up the other end of the park, where like he's waiting for the ball to get to him. Like it's in the last couple of seconds. Was that Kizzy as well? Again, I've not seen any of the footage yet, so I don't know.
There was two chances. That
was Kizzy. Liam Scales gets the ball.
Like that, like obviously Scales puts his body on the line. He done exactly what you'd want the Hearts defenders to do, and what they do indeed do. But that's two massive chances there for Kizzy. And I agree with you, Corbett. The Braga one probably a wee bit more difficult than it looks, but if he hits that low in the bottom right corner, he's too close to Schmeichel. He's not getting done for that. No chance. And it's 4-1.
I don't know about you. At half time, I was feeling like it just wasn't going to happen after those two chances, though. As soon as
opposite.
Yeah.
I said this to Kev's brother. Every single stage of this game was like, there's something coming. It's not done yet. It's like you just felt that they basically offered zero, fuck all, really, compared to Celtic teams of the
This,
past that are absolutely turgid.
and this is the thing that I think we're all going to have to get used to, is that this team's got something about it. This manager's got something about it. Do you know what I mean? Like they've done enough to earn our trust. Like this isn't Neil Critchley, it's no Stephen A. Smith, it's no Robbie Nielsen. Like this team will not roll over and get its belly rubbed. There was points in that opening 20 minutes. They've went 1-0 up after 8 minutes. We looked spooked. We looked really not in ourselves. Like we couldn't get the ball how we wanted it. We couldn't play where we needed it to be. And I was like, this could be Celtic go up a gear here. This could be 2 or 3 because we looked spooked. And all we did was just do what we do well. We stopped trying to play their game. We stopped trying to get the ball down in the middle of the park and trying to play to feet. And we started turning them and we started hitting diags. We started hitting into the channels. We started making them play in areas of the park they didn't want to play in. We started putting their defenders under pressure. We started turning them. We started making them defend their own box. And we just changed the dynamic of the whole game. You know, the everything that we couldn't do with Falkirk, we managed today here, which was just be ourselves, just be aggressive, get in their faces, don't let them settle. If they win second balls, get on them. And I was the same as you, Ando, never ever felt like we were going to lose that game. Even at 2-1, they've hit us in a sucker punch. And you're going, that's football. That these things can happen. We've done that to teams, but we'll get a chance. We'll get a chance. This team always gets a chance. So yeah, I felt that we were. It's different if you're not creating chances. When you don't create chances, that's when you're a bit like, I don't know what we're going to do here. And it was a bit like that with Falkirk. We just never really created any clear cut opportunities, but I felt like we were, every time we went forward, Celtic looked scared of what we could do.
Yeah, definitely.
Any comments, Tam? Since you were really good about 25 minutes ago.
I'm just came in and it's scared me.
Yeah, I know you went back to, you didn't know what I look like. You can be a high performer.
Here's one for Matthew. Imagine I told you after the semi against Aberdeen we'd go 5 games in the following season without losing to the Old Firm. Raging about today, but we're still top. And it's a good point to go. I don't think I've ever seen it where we've got to nearly the end of January, February, and no been beaten yet by the Old Firm. It's pretty mental.
Amazing what getting an actual manager can do in it.
No, it's not like you've been saying it for the last 6 years.
It's not like I've been talking about it for 14 years.
And Barbara can't believe a Celtic team time wasting, which, to be honest, it was for like the 60th minute as well. It was
even not. It was for minute 1. They had the exact same tactic as Rangers, which was take their time with goal kicks, trying and get us to press them high up the park because they had the numerical advantage in the middle of the park, and then try and counter us. Like, they were trying to lay traps for us to fall into, but the number one thing is to try to take the crowd out of it. Take the atmosphere out of it, slow the game down. But they were time wasting for the very start of the game. And without turning it into a Celtic podcast or whatever, they are atrocious. That Martin O'Neill is the only reason that they're even in the conversation for the title. They genuinely, without Martin O'Neill, they'd be in a battle to finish 4th because Motherwell could catch them. They look devoid of any real identity. They don't play with any patterns. They play that, like, when you watch Ange Postecoglou and you watch Brendan Rodgers, you can see the patterns they play. And being able to see it is one thing, stopping it's different. But you could see what they were in. You could see what they were all about. You knew where they were going to go. You knew what traps they were laying, etc. This Celtic team's workman at absolute best. Do you know what I mean? Like, they couldn't handle playing against our style today because it was robust, it was aggressive. They were played off the park versus Falkirk. Couldn't get near Falkirk but score with a set piece. Today they've scored a set piece as well. they are atrocious, and I have no idea. They're actually annoying me. Why they're not signing any players? What are you doing? Like, I don't know what's happening, but they're an absolute mess, and that does just drive what we said at the very, very start, where it shows you how far we've come. That a draw at home with Celtic is a disappointing result, but that does genuinely feel like 2 points dropped, because even the two chances in the first half, the one Ando spoke about with Kizzy in the second half, he's waiting. The first, he can hit it on the volley the first time it bounces, but he waits for it to bounce again for some strange reason, and that's what lets Liam Scales get it. Braga's chance as well, where Schmeichel makes the save. And also the thing that I talk about with Kizaridis is that the spittle shot that hits the bar in the last minute, he should have first time laid it off to Spittle.
Yeah.
But he shoots, and then the rebound falls to Spittle. So Spittle's managed to smash that in. Imagine if it actually been set to him properly with an actual nice pass.
And
he might
not having four bodies in front of him, so he has to lift
Yep.
it.
Yep. But that, and it's like, I don't know what the right thing to do with Kizaridis and Braga is, because the reason that they are as good as what they are is because of everything that also makes me infuriated with them, is the fact that they are mavericks. They'll try in it, and they're so ball greedy that they just look to shoot all the time. There was points in the first half where, like, Braga does brilliant, wins the ball in the corner where I am right at end, and then tries to back heel nutmeg Trusty in the corner, and it hits off him and goes out for a throw in. And you're like, what are you doing, mate? Just make him do something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're the one, you have all the advantage, you have the ball, you're facing their goal, they have to try and win it back. Make him foul you, make him put it out for a corner, make him do, like, why are you trying to nutmeg fucking back heel him? Like, Kizaridis and Braga, that's all they do. Cutting, like, they try to do that little jink inside and peg. They try to peg someone while they're cutting inside, and it's like, stop doing it, mate. It's not working. Stop doing it. But then,
as you say, it's class to watch as well when it works.
I think there's two bits to that, right? So I think it's horses for courses for me, right? So see, if you're playing a team of absolute jobbers, right, that you can probably get away with taking the piss out of them when you're 2 or 3-0 up, right? That's fine. Do all the flair play, do all the wee tricky back heels and flicks and all that sort of stuff. But when, it's a wanky thing to say, when you're playing Celtic in a game like that, you need to be industrial, right? Which is just do what you need to do, right? Don't be trying all the flair play stuff. And I again said this to Alan the day, that whole, like, Kizaridis, he's only got that one move now, right? And everybody's wise to it because I've seen it 10,000 times. And, you know, the early part of the season, getting goals for it, blah, blah, blah. But he needs to try something else. But then I also didn't want him to be stymied in any way, because, like, see the amount of times that he chases down a defender and just gets the break of the ball. Like, to your point, Corbett, you have to tell them, calm it down a wee bit, but you can't tell them to calm it down a wee bit too much, because they'll cease to be brilliant.
and that's
So
the thing
hard.
is, you're right that he has the same move, but there's knowing what someone's going to do and then being able to stop them doing it. If you know what I mean, he still gets by his player every single time cutting inside onto his right foot. Like, he always gets by his man, but it's just that last bit of the puzzle, which is, I suppose, is why they're at Hearts. But it's the fact that they constantly try something is what makes defenders go like, well, I have to engage here, because if I stand off him, he could bang one top bags or whatever it is. And that's, like, we talked about this before when we talk about, like, Benny and Devlin and how good they are, and that aspect of them not shooting for 20, 25 yards. When you know that you have someone that's not going to do something, it's really easy to play against them because you don't have to go engage them. But when you've got Kizaridis or Braga that you have no idea really what they're going to do, you know what they're going to try and do, but stopping them doing what they're doing makes it difficult. You know, Braga scores the equaliser. He's standing all alone, 10 yards out. Do you know what I mean? And that's because he just goes wherever he wants. He doesn't play the way that you would expect him to be. He's not where he's supposed to be when he's meant to be, and vice versa. Sometimes it doesn't work out because a ball goes where he's supposed to be and he's not there. But sometimes, like there, it worked out perfect. McEntee wins the header and he's looking for Braga with the knockdown. That's who he's looking for. And Findlay does brilliant to leave it, and then obviously Braga scores it, which is like superb finish. It's great play for Hearts because Findlay must get the shout for Braga or whatever, because Findlay looks like he's going to try and like fucking overhead kick it or something. Braga,
I'd love to see.
Braga, is that Stuart Findlay scored 6 goals this season or something?
That is his six goals, exactly.
Between him and Halkett, there's 9, which when have we ever had that?
It's mad. Like,
fucking
they
two
two have
centre halves. Never happened.
They two have scored more goals for Hearts this season than Devlin and Benny have scored for Hearts in like 10 years combined or something.
Yeah, I'll take it. But see, it goes spin back to the Kizzy and Braga thing for a minute. The one thing that I thought they'd done really well today, and the thing that they do just well in general, which is everything that Celtic were trying to get away with today. Like, so the bit of contact comes in for whoever, crumpled down into a heap, right? The dark arts of football, the bit that always fucks us up when we're in Europe, because European teams are fucking brilliant at it, right? And I know we hate it because it's cheating and it ruins the spirit of the game and all that sort of stuff, but they two are good at it, right? So they know how to win the foul. Like, how many times, how many fouls did they win across that match today? It's double figures easily. The amount of free kicks and stuff like that, because they know how to play those wee subtle, what I call the cheating of the game. Like, just the shittiness of the bits we didn't like. They're so good at it.
We're good at that as a team. We're good at that team.
We're getting better at it, I think, this season.
Which is good. But I thought I'm disappointed that we haven't won, but that this team like deserve. I don't know what the right word is. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not respect, because obviously we respect them, but like, I think people are slowly coming around to the fact that it's all right. It's like you've come out of a divorce or something, and you're scared to get back in Tinder or something. Like, you're shiting yourself that you're going to get hurt again. Do you know what I mean? Like, this team isn't going to Robbie Nielsen you or Stephen Naismith you. It's just no. Like, it's just made of sterner stuff.
You can actually like them, which
I know, it's weird.
Weird.
I love the fighting talk. Like, because if you've heard, well, I guess you guys will have heard it because I heard it on the radio on the way down. But McInnes's after match interview was that, they felt us today, blah blah blah. Like it's just total fighting talk, and you could tell for the tone of his voice that, and he said it like that. Obviously, disappointed to not have come away with the 3 points, and that's massive. Right? You've never heard a Hearts manager, anybody apart from Jim Jeffries, maybe, speak like that, and it's completely different to anybody that we've had for fucking years, and it's brilliant, and it's really, really hard. Like, there can't be any naysayers left, right?
Almost.
Surely. Oh, on you go.
No, I was going to say, almost 14 months ago, Neil Critchley told us that a 0-0 draw at Fir Park for a side like Hearts is normally a good result. And you got a manager. I also, at the game, was like, when they scored the goal, I was like, am I seeing stuff? But why is Derek McInnes in the Celtic dugout? I was like, what is going on? And then I've seen it after the game that I was like, did I dream that? Did I just make that up? But yep, 100%. They scored and Del McInnes is in their dugout. I like that. I love this guy.
I love his comments about it as well.
Do you know why? It is, again, this was also on the radio. It was because at the Celtic first goal, because he was quick to come out and say, "Oh, it was nothing to do with Martin. It was nothing to do with Sean. It was to do with one of their assistant coaches just being a wee bit mouthy, and he'd maybe been a wee bit over exuberant in his celebration." And Del doing amazing things. Fuck you, pal. No chances in my patch. Straight in there, fucking windmilling the cunt. That's exactly what you want him to do.
We also gave it absolute stinking to the Celtic fans at full time too, which I enjoyed massively.
I didn't see that.
He came over, old frail Martin O'Neill. He's 73-year-old. He's ancient, man.
Is,
Yeah.
is that what age he is?
He's
73?
ancient, mate.
Boys,
He's
if
old.
I'm 73-year-old
Wow, man.
and I'm wearing a trackie like that, can you go and
Nah.
just give me a slap, man? Fucking hell.
He
Sam,
looks,
I'm
he
going
looks,
to venture you're never making it to 73.
you ever
mate.
seen,
Yeah, that's
like,
fine.
Yous will be a
See,
lot
you
older
see-
than me by then, so fuck you.
see when you see cartoons, like turtles without their shell on? That's what Martin O'Neill looks like in that track. He looks like a wee turtle without his shell on. When he came over and he did that, he was like, and Del McInnes did that to them, fuck off. I was like, yes. But this team deserves, I don't know what the word is, I don't know what it is, but you got to trust them.
Yeah.
They've got everything about them. Even our shite players come on and make an impact and do the dirty work, guys, and they put the hard yards in. That's like, it doesn't matter whether they're good, bad, and different. We've said that 1,000 times before. None of us go to watch Hearts to see the best of the best football players, because we know that that's not who we are. But what we do is, or what we do want to see is, this gear is everything that you've got. Didn't try to bullshit us, didn't leave anything there, don't lie to us. Give everything you've got and we'll love you for it. And that's why I thought Kabore was brilliant today. Did all the dirty work, won every header. Never. Let's also remember he's Burkina Faso or whatever it is. This isn't. It's no football to him. He didn't learn how to play football like this. This isn't. They didn't grow up having two big centre halves right tight up against you and asking them to win every header and hod the ball up or whatever. They play with the ball in front of them, play with the ball on the ground. So to ask him to go do that today, I think you could tell massively the impact that Shanklin's had on his game. You know, the runs he was making, he ran himself into the ground. He never hid for any tackles. He didn't shirk out any tackles. He never dodged a header. He never stopped pressing. I thought he had a very, very good game. And I thought that he set the tone for the rest of the team. And then you look at the spine of the team, Magson and Leonard, I felt grew into the game, and by the end of the game had that midfield completely and utterly sewn up. And then Halkett and Finlay are proper football players.
You need to get a mention to Milne as well. I'll be honest. I thought Milne was superb today.
Yep, I think. Well, you've asked him to play right wing again, and then asking him to come back and play left back. And I know it's different in the times of the game it is, but as soon as he went back to left back, it just felt better. It just felt more natural where we were going, and that's when Kizarida starts to impact the game as well, knowing that he has that defensive cover there. They can start to link up, in the balance of having Karjot on the other side as well, who there's one for us. Like,
I've got a lot to say on this.
Does he get a game? Does he start now? Because everything that I've seen from Karjota, he must have bags of assists or close to assists, because everything he does seems to create us chances. I know statistically he's probably got none, Tam, other than Halkett. He's probably only got one. But I feel like no, he must have. I'm sure he puts the ball in for Shanklin Cedar at Easter Road. I'm almost certain that he crosses it for him.
He crosses the ball for Halkett's winner against the Hibs.
Yep, and I'm sure
that's an assist right away.
I'm sure his ball into the box also for Fingway gets Devlin his goal, and it's probably not a direct assist for how it works. Today, I thought he played brilliantly when he came on. He looks like a player I'd be willing to give a start to.
I absolutely agree. I think he's like in everything. Like he's so quick with his passing as well. It's like every time he gets the ball, it's like, okay, fair enough. There's a couple of times he wasn't able to beat the man or whatever, but like he's fast with his passing. He doesn't take ages to float a ball in. It's just a case of right, get the ball, bang, right. He's doing something with it instantly, right. And you look at his the assist he got for Halkett, he creates that chance. Again, we're talking about the Hibs game's ancient history, nobody cares, but he creates himself a yard of space, delivers a fantastic ball, and he's done that a couple of times again today. And you look at the overall amount of minutes that he's played this season, it's going to be ridiculously low, right? It'll be a tiny amount of minutes. I think he's definitely worthy of a start. It has to be now.
I think it depends on me. For the only thing it depends on is we probably expected Chesnikov to come in and go straight in there, but if Matto's coming in this week, it might be a case he might start Dundee United. Never know.
We'll probably change the way the shape, because we can't play 4-4-2. with those players that we have. 4-2-3-1 maybe.
Yep.
Kabori through the middle, Mato 10, Braga Kizzy potentially, or
or either way.
Braga or Jota, whoever it is. Will maybe come in. But I thought he deserves a mention. I think he played very, very well when he came on today in a game again that the pace of it, knowing the importance of needing to get a goal back in. I thought he played very well, which was nice to see. Any other comments, Tam?
This is a good one that's just came in from Kev Mac. Who do we drop when Cammy and Bowney are back in midfield? It's an interesting headache to have, to be honest.
Well, as it stands now, neither of those two players will be here next season. Cammy Devlin has no interest in signing a deal with Hearts, which is fair enough. I think that he's pretty much looking for his move. He's looking for big money, and I don't think Hearts are going to give him big money. So that relationship will come to an end in the summer. And Benny, as it stands right now, and my understanding of where we're at, isn't going to be offered a contract either. So it's a case of starting to build for the future.
Yeah.
For being honest with you, is trying to find those replacements, and it's hard. We've been 5 years. We've found it very difficult to replace either of them, and it's a testament to them both that they're still here. That
It's
they're
difficult
still.
when you try to win a title, man.
Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it?
Mm.
Players come in, like they'll have to earn. Like obviously today's been one game, right? So like immediately Magnuson would drop it. Like if Benny's fit on Saturday next week, Magnuson would be the guy that I would drop it. But that's harsh on Magnuson. It's nothing to do with it. I think that he's played poorly, but I just think Benny's a better player. I'd put Benny in there.
And then Leonard's not even here till after next season as well. When you look at it like that, yeah.
So it's good. They're good choices. They're good choices to have because obviously now, until Shanklin's fit and coming back, like Kabori has to be of the mindset that this is my jersey now. Like you've got to like I have to stake a claim that I'm going to stay in the team now. He'll be up front for the Hibs game. He'll be up front for the Dundee United game. He'll be up front for the St Mirren game. He'll be up front at Ibrox. So he has to start scoring goals. Braga scores goals. Kizzy scores goals. Shanklin scores goals. If he's going to be our focal point up front, he's going to have to start scoring goals as well.
I would have been interested to see if one of those chances had dropped him today, to be honest.
Well, I liked it. Like I said, did all the dirty side of the game brilliantly. Put himself about, tried to win headers. And then the one chance he did have was in the first half. He took it down his chest, immediately turned and shot. And I liked it. It went wide, but it's what you want to see. It's what you want to see for a striker. So, they're good headaches to have. Who comes in, who drops, who stays, who goes. That's what happens. You need your whole squad to win titles, and there's this new phrase coming into football, which is you have starters and you have finishers. Carjota is definitely fitting into that finisher side of it because he's coming on, he's fast. As Ando says, he moves the ball quickly, he's got pace, he's direct. And, is the reason he's having so much joy because he's coming on to a game where there's tired legs. Let's see how you could switch that up now and say, if we can get 50, 60, 70 minutes out of Carjota at Tannadice on Saturday next week and then bring Kizzy on, you're looking at, that's going to be a nightmare for defenders as well, vice versa. So they're good headaches to have.
Short fingers. The sending off now.
What do you want to say about it? Like,
I don't know. It's just I've seen a lot of tweets rewriting the rules of football from Celtic fans, so I don't know if you want to discuss that. But
well,
hold on a minute. Right, what?
Just it's not a goal scoring opportunity apparently, and he was never getting there. And there's cover, and it's a sending off.
Right, so cover. I heard Martin O'Neill speak about this again on the radio because it's the only thing I've had a chance to absorb since I've left the ground to come home.
That's seen how old idiot said
Matt-
it was a blue card on the sky as well. So let's
did he?
not talk about him.
Fucking hell. Like, I know colour blindness is a thing, but you're right, sound. But the other guy in cover is about what, 30 feet away?
Yeah, he's
I
not
don't know.
making-
It feels like a distance, right? It's maybe not quite 30 feet. Again, it's difficult to remember exactly without seeing the footage. But there's enough contact. I get he's running. He is still running forwards. He's maybe not running directly towards goal. He's running off centre, like he's towards the corner of the box or whatever. But he takes a touch and he pings that ball. And it is definitely a goal scoring opportunity because Kasper Schmeichel is a shite old man.
Yeah. And people
you spoke
forget
about it last week, Corbett, about calling on the ref review thing.
Yeah.
And for Swallows one where he said it doesn't matter where the direction of the ball's going. It's exactly.
And again, people rewriting the rules. It doesn't matter where Liam Scales is. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as last man anymore. It's not a thing. It's the denial of a goal scoring opportunity. And I know we moaned about the Swallow one because I'm not convinced that the guy's next action in that sequence of play isn't Jamie McCart contacting the ball or contacting him. He might have been able to swivel and shoot, maybe. But again, it's the denial of a goal scoring opportunity. That's what it is. And that's exactly what that was. What blew my mind in this, again, I talked about it before. VAR now, we've went from August until the middle of January and had nothing of any note of controversy from a VAR perspective. And now every single game we've played since, we're talking about VAR because forget about Celtic and the tinfoil hats and their tears. The referee in the game booked Trusty. That is insane. Now, if he'd sent Trusty off and VAR got involved and said it's a booking, fair enough. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think it's, if we're going to be fair, I didn't think the Swallow one was a red card. I wouldn't have been upset if he'd gotten a yellow card and a free kick. It was the same thing. But in the game, you can, and I'm going to go back to what I said last week too. Look at the players. Look at the reaction of the players when he gets the yellow card. They are fucking flabbergasted. Look at the stadium. It was like, what? What are you talking about, man? And this is what we're going to have to face into, whether we like it or not. And I'd like Hearts to get aggressive with it. I want Hearts to be aggressive with it in the press, like Rangers demanding apologies for, I remember, actually, it was against Derek McInnes. My dad reminded me of this. Against Kilmarnock, we got a decision. And I remember Willie Collum phoning Derek McInnes to say sorry for making a mistake or whatever. And we've had times like that where Brendan Rodgers is, the refs went in to see Brendan Rodgers and said, "Oh, refs just apologise because he's made a mistake." Rangers, after the situation at Hampden in the semi-final versus Celtic, demanded to talk to the SFA. But I want Hearts to be like that now. Be aggressive with it, because whatever happened after it, fine. But in the game, in the moment, the referee booked Trusty, and I find that astonishing, like insane, absolutely insane. And also the big number 11 boy that absolutely you're one. So they've booked him by acknowledging that he's raised his hands to Leonard.
Yeah, if that's not violent conduct,
Yeah.
sorry, what is?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, that's insane behaviour. Like, the referee's seen it, VAR seen it, and they've booked him. So what did they book him for? Like, what's the booking for?
Putting his hands to his face.
Said,
It must be that.
you pushed him in the face. All right, cool. So you're owed to that, are you? All right, no, you're not. Right,
To
so
devil's
why
advocate that, there is Milne smashes Engels to the flare. Like,
that's a hard one, player. That's
exactly.
I used to be in the Masons. I've read the rule book. That's allowed.
But genuinely, off the ball.
Apologies, boys. I will shut the fuck up.
Off the ball, hands in the face. I just don't see how that's. But as you say, it's not like the refs missed it as well.
I'll go back to what we always say, right? If we're going to be serious about it, the standard of refereeing is abysmal. They needed to be full-time referees before we had anything to do with VAR, and that is a perfect example of it. There and then, if it was the other way about, like I said, if it was a red and then VAR overturned the decision to a booking, then you can start looking at VAR and be like, where was it going? Where was the ball going? How fast were they going? All of that stuff is fine. You can have that conversation. But the fact that he booked them in that situation is insane.
Yep.
It's insane. Like, genuinely, I don't know what's going. We've just talked about it there. Doesn't matter where Liam Scales is. Makes no difference whatsoever. It also makes no difference of the travel and direction of travel of the ball when Kabori's brought down. In any of that situation, the only outcome when it's a foul is a red card. That's it. VR can intervene and say, "Oh, look at this again," because we don't think that it's a red. But to book him is insane. And the only reason that VAR has probably been involved is because of this factual overturn thingy-majigger that they always talk about. And that's exactly what it'll be like. The Ellen Talon goal or the Semenyo goal at Newcastle in the Carabao Cup semi-final, where they've said it's a factual offside. So nothing to do with anything. They're not saying that Haaland's interfering with play or any of that stuff. It's a factual offside. He's offside. Do you know what I mean? And he's in the eye line of the goalkeeper. He's interfering with play, whether he's near the ball, stop the ball. But it's a factual decision, and I think that's why when we listen to Willie Collins' wee show and you can hear them, they'll be saying that they won't talk about where the ball goes or anything. They'll literally say he's onside, and it's a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. So it's a factual overturn. It's a red card, and that's what should blow your mind, is that he gave a booking. Insane. Absolutely insane. So there we go. VR's pish. Get rid of it.
Thing is, though, this is a bit like once you've invented the nuclear weapon, you can't erase it from history. It'll be here. We're never getting rid of it. Right? The genie is out of the bottle.
I think yesterday they're saying that there were goals they couldn't give because the lines weren't working.
Yep.
In the Aberdeen game, I'm pretty sure. And in the Kilmarnock equalised against Motherwell, and they couldn't draw the lines or whatever it is, or the angle was blocked to draw the lines, so they never they disallowed the goal or whatever it was. It's bananas. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I know that David Martindale was moaning about it again midweek. And normally I'm all for it. I agree with him, but I've genuinely no idea what he was moaning about. I've watched that back and I'm like, mate, it's not I disagree with you, mate. I just have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a man that's just looking to save his job at this point.
There's no foul there,
like if you can't draw the lines or there's a failure in the technology, right? Then it's a bit like you just have to play on. You can't say that we're not giving that goal because we couldn't draw the lines. You rely on the on-field decision at that point. Like, sorry, there's been a technical hiccup, right? This isn't a plane crash. Nobody died, right? You didn't have to have a big, massive investigation. It's a case of, right, if something's went wrong, fine, chalk it up and to like an error and get the IT guys to look at it and make sure it doesn't happen again. But you rely on the on-field decision at that point. It seems bananas to be able to go back and say, well, we couldn't draw the line, so therefore it's not a goal. What?
Mate, look
absolute fucking nonsense.
What's happened to my eyes? Why are my eyes offside? I've turned into Tom York for Radiohead. What's happened to my eye?
Are you also in quicksand? You're never normally this low to the ground.
I was feeling tall tonight, man.
Man, I've got an eye like that guy in the chat, Elgin John. Look, crazy eyes for Mr. Deeds. One's looking at one
Have
room.
you had your eyebrows threaded? Is that what's happened?
No, mate. I honestly think I've got sunburn, mate.
I was going to say, you do look a bit red.
Mate, I think I've got sunburn for January, mate. I don't know. I don't know what's happened.
You're pasty Scottish bastards.
Yeah. Open the oven and go fucking sunburn.
You must have got like sunburn for the raging away end, probably. That was it. They were just all red faced and they've probably got yeah.
Manky bastards. Anyway, right. Any other comments? Anything we talk about Dundee United or anything else that stuck out about the game? Atmosphere was good again.
Yeah,
good.
Although these games do take care of themselves. It'll be the next home game is Hibs actually, so that'll be all right as well. But it's the smaller ones we really need to. But to be fair to the boy, the pre-match is a lot better now as well.
Yeah, but then again, I know that people will be talking about it, but Celtic fans again in hospitality.
Yep.
I'm not going to shut up about it. I know that Hearts hate it. I know that it's causing them a headache. But as it heads now, if we keep this up and we manage to get this into a title race going into the split, we can't have Rangers fans in hospitality when Hearts are going for a title and they're going for a title. We can't. It's no fair on Hearts fans. You're putting Hearts fans, the people that save the club, that pay their money into this club, you're putting them at risk just to sell some shitty wee tables to hospitality. It's not on. And Hearts fans, leaving the game today, I walk through the main stand, walk through Gorgie and out that street on the Gorgie Road, and at least 4 people, Corbett, Celtic fans in hospitality again. And I'm like, mate, I know, like, I don't know what you want me to do, but I can't do nothing about it. I can only tell Hearts that it's a powder keg. People are sick of it. They're sick of it. They don't. It's different for Hibs. I don't have any problem with Hibs because they actually sit on their hands. I've been in that stand. I've sat there for 3 seasons with them behind us in there. Hibs fans sit on their hands. They behave because we reciprocate when we go there. Celtic and Rangers don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They sing, they celebrate, they stand, they boo, they're clapping their players off, all that type of stuff. You're putting our own fans in jeopardy because somebody's going to bang one of them and then they're going to get a criminal record or they're going to get banned by being put into a situation that they didn't ask for, that we're putting them into. They're going to have to do something. I don't know what their plan is, but come the split, if we play Rangers at home and we are still in the title race at that game, you cannot have 150 Rangers fans in that section. You can't. It's going to be absolute carnage. So, club's got to do something about it. But I think the boy pre-game staying class. I like the fireworks, etc. It's good. It makes the games feel like they're big games. I like that they also put the lyrics up on the screen for na 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 jam tarts.
It's really good, eh?
The easy one.
At least listen. At least they try to do something.
I was singing "Hey Jude." I fucked it. No,
yeah.
To be fair, you're right.
no.
Give him his credit. He's standing a little bit closer to the microphone these days, so I can actually hear him. So
he's trying. He's trying, and that's what matters. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's good about that, and it's made a difference. I think you can tell. You can tell that in the games where, St Mirren, we were a man down after 15 minutes. We needed the crowd. We win that game. We're a goal down after 8 minutes today. In a game where we could have wilted, could have shot ourselves, but we all got behind the team, understood that we had a part to play. You're going off 1-0 down at half time. There's no booing at half time, which is, I know that sounds bananas, but that's wouldn't be the craziest thing you ever hear at Tynecastle. So, yep, I think it's making a massive difference. So, well played, everybody. Right, let's do predictions for Dundee United and then call it a day. I need to get my beauty sleep as I'm on Sky again tomorrow.
Of course.
What time you on?
11. Hopefully I'm not on with that Jeffro cunt again. That last time. What was he all about, man? I didn't even know who that guy was.
I don't even know when you said his name there. No idea.
No, that's not his name. Jeffro's a shitey comic for the 80s. It sounds like a farmer for like Bristol or something like that.
Some of the folk that they get on that actually.
He looked like he had one. Remember when we were all like,
I can't talk about this.
I can. You can. Remember when we were like 19 and we would go to Petroleum and buy one of those black shirts with the white collars and cuffs? That's what the guy looked like, mate.
I can't talk about it, but I can laugh at the jokes you make. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
So I carry on.
That wasn't the uniform.
Make sure you put your moisturiser on the night, man. You need to calm that
face.
Mate,
I'm going to get the aloe vera on. Like, I need factor 50 on and then get some sun. What's it called? After sun on. Right. predictions. Thomas, what's your predictions for Saturday, 8 p.m, Tannadice?
Dundee United are a team I know very little about, and I know they're kind of struggling and just park the bus, so it kind of scares me that. But
Well, sorry. Did you say 8 p.m?
yeah,
Aye.
Premier Sports.
Yeah, beauty. Love a night game. Right, sweet. Sorry, carry on.
That's all right.
Apologies, I didn't. I thought I'd misheard you there. 8 p.m. Saturday. Love it.
My predictions match postponed because it'll probably push down all week as well. No,
Jim feels that his team didn't win the day.
Pardon.
2-0 Hearts.
Ando?
I'll go the same. 2-0 Hearts.
I'll go 1-1.
Predictable.
Any comments before we go? Because I can see that loads of people have been chatting to us, which is nice, and I appreciate it because it's 10:30 on a Sunday night when you've got better things to be done. You've got
Tyson
your
called you Corbett the friendly ghost.
No, right now I'm the red, fucking scalping red-faced ghost. I like Alan Brazil, man.
When we were talking about Devlin earlier about him not coming, Josh has put in Devlin is a one-off one player. There's not a like for like out of him out there, unfortunately.
You're on a stroke time, you know?
It's been a long day, mate. My heat's all over the place.
Is that it, Tam? Is that semi-normal when I actually set up?
When you go closer to the
Actually,
floor.
this is mental. Like, I'm scrolling back through the comments, and there's probably the most comments we've ever had in an episode for ages. And Tam, you've dropped the ball again.
We've kind of spoke about all of them though. I'm trying to find something we've not spoke about already. But
right, we're not sitting listening to Tam go. There's no comments.
I'm going to see if Jamestown can get us someday.
Right,
let's end it on this one. But Barbara has said, I've been watching Hearts since '74, but this team under McInnes is amazing. I'm not saying flipping amazing.
I was going to say, Barbara, come on. We've lowered the whole tone of the show. Who says flipping? Come on. Fucking.
Anyway, just don't give up. Can't wait till next week. And
well said, Barbara.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like the type of shit Kev would say. Flipping.
Actually, you're right. He says this all the time, man. It's shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Actually, I'll talk to you off air about Kev for last week.
Kev, I do like a retrospective Kev.
Retrospective Kev.
I just
For people that don't know, Kev's type of boy that cheers planes landing and that.
Well, Shanks used to do it, but we can't talk about him anymore because he's not here anymore, is he? So, I mean,
Shanks,
he's still with us on the planet, but he's just no part of this.
I went to the game with Shanks today. I walked to the ground with Shanks. It was funny is that he was sitting in the wheat field, went in the Gorgie, and at 75 minutes I turned round, he was behind me in section N, and then when I seen him in at 86 minutes celebrating Braga's goal back in section X, I was like, she's about the place like a fucking bouncy ball, man.
It's not actually watch any of the game as well.
Honestly,
the thing is as well, you can sum up in one word exactly why he's done all this.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not going to say that. It wouldn't be nice.
He's just excited. He's a big excited lad, isn't he?
Yeah,
right, Trips, thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully next week we'll podcast same time. Hopefully talking about another glorious 3 points for Heart of Midlothian. Actually, should we laugh for 5 minutes at Hibernian? It's always fun, isn't it?
Always, yeah. Turns out their team is all based on Josh Mulligan, isn't it?
Mate, it was funny as the guy that scored the hat-trick fucking went to uni with Shanks. He went to uni with Shanks like 2 weeks ago or something doing fucking home economics. He was making pineapple upside down kicks. Now he's scoring hat-tricks with heads.
To be honest, I haven't I'm up for a night out in Scotland last night, so I've not had a chance to see sports scene for last night, but I'm going to go and watch it right now because I've been wee bit of a chubby about Falkirk 4, Hibs 1. It's going to be brilliant watching.
They were absolutely honking, I won't lie to you.
Excellent. Well, that's fine. I've nothing better to do on a Sunday night. I'm definitely watching it.
I know you just don't care of that, but if Grant Hanley goes in that World Cup squad against either of our
Mate,
centre
he's gone. I don't know why you're doing it. It's
I know.
Hanley will go before Halkett because Steve Clark is a fucking wank.
He's a
Well,
sentimental old fud.
Get your crystals out, Tam, behind you. Start rubbing your crystals and light that scented candle and hope that Halkett gets to go to the World Cup.
I'll manifest it from
Aye,
my
aye.
crystal, that's it.
Right, journal it, mate. That's what you types do now, innit? That's what all we lassies do now. Write it in your journal and hopefully it'll come true.
Have you got a troll that sits on the end of your pink pen? You know, ones with the mad haircuts for the 90s.
There's actually one here, and it's got a wee Toy Story guy on top of a pen.
Right, we're ending it right now. Right, Tam, I'm offline now, so I can battle you.
Right,
it's no mine, don't worry.
Oh shit! Right, thanks everybody. We'll see you all next week. Thanks, troops.
See you.
Cheers, boys.
Gorga rules.